John Hammond had a catchphrase, spared no expense. He said it about the ice cream, he said it about the electric Jeeps, and he said it about the prehistoric DNA. But here's the truth. You can spend $1 billion on the interface, the shiny dinosaurs, and the fancy visitor center, and still have a company that is one storm away from extinction because you treated the back end like an afterthought. In the 1993 Steven Spielberg classic Jurassic Park, billionaire John Hammond does the impossible. He clones dinosaurs to build the ultimate theme park. Let's have a moment for what a terrible idea this was. I don't care how magical it seemed, it wasn't smart. Anywho, he invites a group of experts to certify his dream, per legal, and while they're looking at the front end wonders of herds of bronchiosauruses, the back end infrastructure is being held together by duct tape and the patience of a single disgruntled contractor. Welcome back to Suit and Screen. I'm Lady Ray, owner of Genuine Radiance and your strategist in the screening room. Today, we're in the Jeep with the talkative grandson venturing through Jurassic Park. We're talking to the workers who have to put out the fires and why a pretty product can't hide a messy infrastructure. We see this all the time. Management falls in love with the demo. They love the slides, the mock-ups, and the vibe, but they underfund the people writing the code, managing the servers, and actually building the logic. When Hammond said he spared no expense, he's lying. He cut corners on the most important part, the system architecture. He hired one guy to write 2 million lines of code and then wondered why that guy felt undervalued. It's the reason why he was having secret meetings to sell your product to someone else. If you're a worker currently holding up $1 million project with if statements and prayers, looking at the camera saying, I told them this would happen, this episode is your therapy session. We're moving past the wow factor and looking at the warning signs. Here's a question. Is your company building a sustainable ecosystem, or are they just putting a fresh coat of paint on a fence that isn't actually electrified? When the storm hits Isla Nublar, the park doesn't fail because of the dinosaurs. And I know when we all first watched this movie, that's exactly what we thought would happen. It fails because the internal systems were built for sunshine conditions only. No one thought about a storm on an island surrounded by water. So here's the Genuine Radiance infrastructure audit. First, we have to look at your technical debt. When you rush a product to market to impress investors or stakeholders, you accrue debt. Eventually, that interest will come due. In Jurassic Park, the interest was paid in T-Rex attacks. In your office, it's paid in 2 a.m. emergency calls or the communications team scrambling to explain said issue to the public. Next, we have to avoid the single point of failure. The entire park's security resting on one man's login. Why? We will never know. But remember, he spared no expense. If your organization can't function because one person is out of office or unhappy with their contract, you don't have a system. You actually have a hostage situation. Next, we have the front-end ego versus the back-end reality. Hammond spent more time on the self-driving Fords than the manual overrides. Leaders, if your creative team and your dev team aren't speaking the same language, your beautiful product is a liability waiting to happen. Next, I want you to pay attention to your whistleblower. In this case, it was Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by everyone's favorite man, Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Malcolm saw the collapse coming before he even stepped off the helicopter. Most fires in business aren't surprises. They are the result of ignored warnings from people who actually do the work. So take this bit of advice. Don't ignore those people blowing the whistle. Pay attention and learn how to pivot. So what's your strategy? To those doing the work, document the mess. When management ignores your warnings about the infrastructure, put it in writing. Leaders, stop sparing no expense on the lobby and start investing in the foundation. There's a scene where they have to shut down the whole system just to reset it. They think a reboot will fix the mess. They are literally turning it off and on again while raptors are hunting them in the maintenance shed. Yes, This was one of the moments where I looked at the imaginary camera, and yes, I have trauma from IT professionals telling me to do the exact same thing when I have a computer or system problem. This is reactive leadership. They waited for the catastrophe to happen before they decided to look at the circuit breakers. If your business strategy is just waiting for a crisis so we can finally fix the back end, you aren't a CEO, you're a casualty. A reboot doesn't work if the code is still broken. There's only but so many patches your company can live through before you actually have to fix those issues you've spent so long patching. So what did we learn? High fidelity looks won't save a low fidelity strategy. Don't let the aesthetic of your company blind you to the audit of your systems. If you're a worker seeing the mess coming, keep your resume updated and an ace up your sleeve. And if you're Hammond, listen to the people you hired to tell you the truth before the power goes out. I'm Lady Ray, and this has been Suit and Screen. Next week, we're trading the jungle for a local DC neighborhood. We're soaring a foot off the ground with Jefferson Reed and the Meteor Man to talk about community stakeholders, grassroots leadership, and what happens when the power finally shifts to the people on the ground. Stay sharp, stay stylish, and be a clever gal. Don't just wait for the hunt, anticipate the move. I'll see you in the next scene.